It is April 16th, 2024, and it's 7:38 a.m. So I'm actually getting ready to head out to the office for today. Um, yeah, so I'll just give you some history why there was no log was released yesterday. I was the I was putting a review on the Tascam Porta Capture X8, and it became to the point that I was just complaining after complaining after complaining about the products. So there wasn't really no uh, fair review or fair commentary of the product. So that's why I never released it. So I'm gonna put my notes together. I'm gonna put one together and release it properly because there's a lot of things happened yesterday that needs to be told. One of them is I did message Tascam directly for questions that I had, and they did get back to me. And I just want to say, Tascam, your customer service is excellent. I just want to say that because they were very prompt to get back to me. They were very courteous. They gave me the exact answers that I need without going around any sales pitch or anything like that. So it was very cool. It was nice to see. It was nice to see that there's a customer service out there that customer service department that's still reply back to their customers. It's pretty rare now. So, but yeah, no, I'm saying that I am heading to the office today. I'm actually recording this in my kitchen instead of my office. So I'm actually bringing the whole kit with me as a test bed, like the test I'm supposed to do last week. Now I'm gonna do it today. Actually, the next 2 days. And yeah, I did order a brand new rechargeable battery in Loops Pro. I've been using In Loops, Panasonic In Loops for years now. I've been using it for my flashes, my for my camera, for my flashes, all that stuff. So I've been using that for a while, and the ones that I have is pretty old. They don't hold their charge as much anymore, so they're destined to be recycled and replaced. So a few days ago, I decided to pull the trigger and bought 12 brand new In Loops Pro plus a quick charge. That's gonna replace all my batteries. I was carrying 12 before. Now I'm gonna carry 12 again, but brand news. The reason why is I do go through a lot of batteries since I started full time in the Tascam and playing with it and recording it a lot with Phantom Power on. I'm averaging about 3 days, possibly four, before I have to replace the batteries, and I was hoping to run this in bus power, like USB power, but I decided, you know what, I don't want to keep bringing in another set of another rechargeable battery bank. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna get the In Loops again, the In Loops Pro this time, and at least if I use four, those four can be charged and put in a case, and yeah, at least I can rotate them constantly, so I don't have to worry about charging it using for on for unusable batteries, disposable ones. So at least this one's constantly moving, rotating. So that's why I ended up getting them, and they're coming tomorrow. There were bits and pieces coming all over the place, so I decided, you know what, just bring it on Wednesday. I'm not in a rush getting it. I still have battery here for today and tomorrow, so when it arrives, I can charge them right away and get at least the first four into into the recorder, while the other four is charging. So yeah, it's gonna be another beautiful day today. You like that segment and segue, huh? It's another beautiful day today as well. So I'm hoping that after my 2 o'clock meeting, I can head out and possibly head to the park and just to do a little bit of recording, just put my feet up a bit, and enjoy the sunny day before I go home and start cooking dinner tonight. Again, I don't know. It's kind of funny though because the wifey and I talked about this. Is like the biggest question we always have every day is, what do you want for dinner tonight? That's the constant conversation we have. That's consistent. That is like, we know the answer is going to be, I don't know. We tried different service that brings in food, like HelloFresh or anything like that, and it's great, but the prep time is still the same if I cook, you know, what I have in my recipe book, for example, right? It's just a constant struggle trying to figure out what to cook. I know it's a very first world problem to say, but it's we just don't. I just don't know what to cook anymore. We tried everything from just plain pasta aioli, pasta aioli. We did fried chicken a couple of days ago. Last night I did Asian noodle stir fry thing I did last night. Um, we're probably gonna do a sandwich thing tonight. I don't know, or we'll do a pizza night. I don't know. So it's just one of those things that you're just gonna be running out of ideas really fast, and doing takeouts and ordering in. It's great for just to get something in, but you come to the point that you just don't know how healthy it is. You know what I mean? It's different if you cook it yourself and you know what you're putting in it, but if you don't know what you're putting in it, it's kind of you don't know, right? Oh, by the way, I'm making coffee, so mind me. Hold on. The other thing as well too that I'm switching slowly food wise is coffee. Before I put creamer in my coffee, now I'm actually switching to honey. I'm just finishing off the remainder of my creamer because my sister-in-law's sister's partner got me into it. Like I mentioned before, I know people have been drinking coffee with honey for a while now. I never actually tried it until that day. I was like, "Oh, this is really good. I like this." It wasn't sweet at all. The honey was not putting it too much. Like it's like it replaces sugar, right? And my goal has always been trying switching straight to black coffee, and I think this is the next step for that. But the honey cuts the acidity of the coffee. Don't get me wrong. I love the taste of coffee, but the acid of it sometimes gets to me. So putting honey in it actually cuts the acidity from the coffee, and I don't put that too much honey, so it doesn't give that too much sweet to it. It's just nice and just makes it a little bit more mellow tasting. So yeah, I'm switching that slowly, but at the same time, I do need to finish that big bottle of creamer that I need to finish off. It's kind of funny because that size creamer. Hold on, let me get it. It's it's a 1.42 liter hazelnut classic creamer, right? But a 1.42 liter creamer takes me about 3 weeks to go through it. So I have probably another week and a half to finish this off. So, yeah, I grew up in this stuff. My mom drinks this. That's how I got into it. My mom switched to black coffee. No, sorry, switched to almond milk and Splenda. And I don't like almond milk. I don't like Splenda, so I stayed with the hazelnut. But now I'm switching to honey, just to spice it up. Plus, it's easier for me to get honey than a creamer if I'm traveling. You know what I mean? So, plus, what I noticed as well too when I was hey Barbara, when I was drinking coffee with honey, I was drinking more coffee. So the coffee strength doesn't matter anymore if you're drinking with honey, but I still prefer very strong coffee. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this whole kit with me. My Tascam X8, my shotgun mic, on the two cases I had. I'm gonna bring it to the park if I can, if I have time. Do a log there and test it out and see how it actually sounds like, especially with there's no wind today, so it's a very calm day outside. So it's gonna be a good test overall. I can't wait. So it's gonna be so much fun. Okay, gotta finish getting ready, and we'll chat later. It is 5:17 p.m. So I got home about half an hour ago. I fed Marco and took him for a walk. It's meowing now. So the day was actually pretty interesting. I went to work, to the office. I've been back to the office since like just after the new year, and it feels weird because I haven't seen any of these people for almost 2.5 months. So it was just weird to be there, and I don't know. The people who work with are very nice people. They talked like since I started this company, I'm 100% remote. Like, put it this way: my first day at work, I showed up thinking I'll be there for the whole day. I literally showed up. About an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I'm heading home. They told me that the expectation for me at the office is zero because they're officially 100% remote. The only people who shows up at the office are operations. So that includes front office and the production team, the installation team. But for the rest, like the designers, like myself, the salespeople, the upper management, zero expectation being at the office. So that's kind of, I'm not used to that. I'm used to being like, okay, guys, you guys can work at home, but only 3 times a week or 4 times a week. You have to be at the office at least once a week. My old job requires me to be at, okay, let me phrase this. Before the pandemic, I have to show up at least at the office once a week or once every 2 weeks. During the pandemic, of course, is none. And after the pandemic, the expectation for me to go to the office because I'm the team lead at least 1 or 2 times a week, depending on my schedule. But because pandemic just finished, so I decided I'm going to go to the office because I need some human interaction. So I went to the office. So that's fine. They had no issues with that. I set my own time to go to the office. They don't really bug me at all. So that was good. But when I started this company, the expectation was 100% at home, office. If you want to, if there's a meeting at the office, you go to the office. And it's kind of funny though because I did ask, do I need to get keys because I'm an employee? They said no. The only people who get keys are people who go to the office. If you expect it to be at the office 3 to 4 times a week, then they'll give me keys. But I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine. I can stay at home. So that's why it's weird that I leave at the like to go to the office, but at the same time it was nice because it's very warm outside, so it's nice to be outside. So I have no issues going that route. So it was really nice. But yeah, it was just weird going in the office after 2.5 months of not showing up. Everything was online. Everything was on chat. So it's just kind of weird. Like put it this way, when I started in this company around September, October, I only met my boss in person 3 times. My director 2 times. No, director 3 times, right? My friend who works there, my old colleague, since I started there, I only seen her 3 times. That's how weird this feels because I'm so used to being on at the office. I'm used to seeing everyone collaborating in person and all that good stuff. It's just a massive change of mindset of like how to collaborate, how to work, and I'm still kind of old school of like if you need to talk to me, if it's a simple question, you can message me in Teams, but if it's a lengthy message on Teams, I'm gonna give you a call back because it's too much. It's easier for us to have a conversation than doing it through Teams or an email. If you want to follow up with an email after, then just do follow up with an email confirming what our conversation is. So that's kind of old school that way. Plus, on top of that too, when I was working for engineering companies, it's the same thing. Everything has to be written down and submit and sent out as a meeting minutes. That's a matter if you just have a very brief conversation. Conversation summary is a good thing to do. So typically, if someone emails me, I call them, then I message back to them, or they're very good at replying back exactly what we talked about. So that's actually a pretty neat thing to see. Especially the people I work with are very young and their mindset is very, I'm gonna follow up with an email. So it's really nice to see that. So kudos to those people, and yeah, it was just nice. It's just nice to see that. But no, it's been a very warm day. It's a balmy 16 degrees with a high of 18. I did felt the high of 18, so it was nice. It was heat. The only thing that I didn't do today that I was like really mad at is take a walk around the block. So that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm going back to the office for a lunch meeting. Yes, I only go to the office if there's lunch involved. So I'm gonna go there for a lunch meeting. After the lunch meeting, I'm probably gonna do a lap, then go home after. Because there is an afternoon game starts at 3 p.m. So I do want to go home before the game starts, so I can watch it. But overall this luncheon thing works really well. If you want me to show up at the office, they have to feed me. That's the only thing that I'm willing to do right now. Is I'll show up at the office, eat food, have meetings, and go home after. So yeah, it's kind of funny though because my old company I used to work for, the timing's kind of weird. They have a very strict rule of we don't care what you do, just to get your job, just do your job, right? So when I go, the first 2 week, I remember my first week or the first 2 weeks there, I show up at the office around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I swear everyone leaves around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Doesn't matter. I see people show up at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, leave around 3. So it's not about they have to go to a meeting or not. They just have to do their show up requirements at the office and go home. So after a few years, after 3 years being there, almost 4 years, my time was show up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I'm already in my car going home around 3 o'clock. So it's just one of those things that everyone has an expectation of, like, if you do your job, you can leave. And here, it's has the same mentality of like, do your job. You don't care how you do it and where you do it. Just get it done, right? So that's why when my mom was sick, was in the hospital, I was literally working at the hospital, and no one knows the wiser. I was still picking up my phone calls. People still calling me. I'm still messaging, and yeah, it was pretty nice to have that have that freedom of that expectation. So yeah, I'm just gonna put my feet up and relax and get ready for dinner and the game. Talk to you guys later.